At the Rubin Hall Library Trustees meeting. Today is Thursday, October 9th, 2025. Sam, is there any correspondence?
No. Seriously. I did get a patron come in to say they wanted to talk about how great Jennifer Hamilton is. And that she was going to email me, but she never did.
She is.
Yeah, she's great.
Awesome. Get that on record.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay. I don't see anyone for public comment. Anyone online?
No.
The minutes of the prior meetings. We have the minutes. Proceed to send them. So I have an edited version. Sarah has seen it. So okay.
Was it huge?
All right. Let's talk about because I think we should do the ones that were in the previous in what Sam said. So maybe we should just say what those edits were and then approve them as edited. Yeah. So either Sarah or Chris, tell me what's say what what we need is changed. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So we added Mike. So I was not here on the 11th, so just a reminder that I Stephanie took the notes. She's with me, and then I formatted them, and so I said that way. So Mike was also at the meeting, and so I added that Mike had been here. And then we, and then there was some sort of like a grammatical change, a grammatical update that Sarah had added around the tabling public programs section. And then there was a section under the nonprofit collection box that was updated with some that. Actually, I probably left in that. I just copied what Sarah had said.
Nonprofit collection, it's that policy.
Yep.
And so I just noted that David made the motion, someone else seconded it. So that was missing from the first minutes, and I wanted to make sure that we had that.
All right, great.
So those were the changes.
Okay.
So it was really good. That was it.
Okay, good. Has anyone else taken a look at those? And again, as I wasn't there, I can't comment, and is there anything else that people want to update, change on the minutes from September 11th?
Yeah, people
Right, then let's vote on the minutes as
I move to accept the minutes from the September 11th trustee meeting as amended.
I said. And there's no one online vote, so all in favor?
Aye.
Treasurer's report. Yeah.
Treasurer's report, we have a gift, we got $40,510.05. MMDT is $32,931.38. State aid is $23,698.06. The lead is $116,809. Building gift is $36,159.11. MBLC grant is $686,044. And the bar month ending statement value is $1,840,021.12, and it's stable.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions about those? Moving on. Yeah, thank you. Moving on to the Friends report.
Friends met on September 17th. The bulk of their meeting was devoted to organizing for the upcoming fall book sale logistics. Staff appreciation luncheon, as you mentioned already. They're a very energetic group, these friends. Brian, who's the treasurer of the Friends, had gotten an inquiry from one of the bank. Savings are looking for volunteer opportunities for their employees. And so he dropped that query to the Friends group, and they said, let's sign them up for the mini golf in March.
Right.
So that brought up the fact that they're nailing down the dates as March 20 and 21st, 2026. And they went ahead and asked Sam to reserve room for the materials that they need for setup. So they're that far ahead in their planning. And the Friends of Library Week commences with the weekend that this book sale happens. And so I had mentioned before that they were thinking about a friend's basket kind of raffle thing to mark this National Friends of Libraries Week. And so they talked a little more about how they might pull that off. They're very excited about organizing things. How would they conduct the raffle and how much impact that would have on the staff to have people doing things actually. They were trying to, and then as of their meeting September 17th, there has been no news. So that's my report.
Great, thank you very much. Do we have a question about that? Building update.
So Eric, they finally fixed the lift. So Eric was able to go up in the lift and he put some sort of new epoxy or glue into the gate so that it glues in that bolt that keeps coming out. He says it's going to take 500 degrees worth of heat to break that bond. So of course the library is going to set itself on fire at some point. But yeah, just to test it. But yeah, so far so good. It's been working. And then you may have noticed some holes in the gallery area. The friends have agreed to pay for the coffee machine. And so they came today to do the plumbing. And we're going to rent the coffee machine. So Susan's working on getting that delivered soon. And so then we'll have the coffee machine that's actually plumbed and it self-fills with water and so good.
Exciting.
Yep. Yep.
And this was actually from last month, but I wasn't here. The front door there was that group that left
Yeah, I keep telling the groups that do that. The problem is there are different groups that do it. So even if I tell one group, that doesn't mean it's the same group the next time. But I've put signs on all the doors. I've told all the groups. It's in their emails, but they just do it.
I don't know who's anything else we do about it.
I don't know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any questions about the building? Okay, moving along, Assistant Frank.
I attended an MDLC Check Services User Group meeting yesterday morning. We finished all the fiction books they're on the shelf, fiction audiobooks. So that task has been mostly completed, and now we'll move on to not doing the nonfiction, but just sort of Atsuko wants to fix any damaged cases and replace cases that are bad. So she's going to be doing that. And then after that, we're going to move on to sort of upgrading the large print section to make them more visible for people who need large print. That was an idea that Atsuko had and sort of brought to our attention at the staff meeting. So we'll focus on that next. And that's all I have.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's been the last 2 months has been the months of interviews. So Abby has been promoted to the 30-hour per week library tech position that Tracy vacated when she was promoted to head of circ. So Abby just started that a couple weeks ago. We also promoted Amy Spadano to the vacant 19-hour per week library tech position that Seth vacated when he became the new assistant children's librarian.
The new Amy or the older Amy?
The new Amy.
The new Amy.
Yeah. And so this week and next week, we are working on filling the 2 vacant library assistant positions. We had 3 interviews today. We have some next week, and hopefully we'll find 2 people.
Are those 6 hours each, those libraries?
Yeah. Yes. On Tuesday, September 30th, we held an all-staff meeting. Michelle Eberly joined us from the Massachusetts Library System. She went through some exercises with the staff so that she could gather input for our future strategic plan. It was a really good meeting. The staff had a lot of great ideas about how we can reach out more to the community, new programmings, like ASCO, like Mike said about ASCO, she had concerns about the large print area, so she brought that up. So I'm meeting with Michelle next week to go over all the data she gathered from that meeting. And tomorrow I'm going to the Mass Library System offices in Marlborough because they're doing a workshop on strategic planning. So she invited me to that. Yeah. And then following that meeting, the friends provided us with a great meal. It was really delicious, and big thanks to them and to you for all the great food. It was great. They did a great job again, as usual. I attended the charter committee meeting on Monday, September 29th. We created a new account with Barnes and Noble to purchase books. I didn't know it at the time, but Baker and Taylor has gone out of business.
No wonder they're not fulfilling your.
Yeah. So it was a big help that they actually haven't made an announcement yet, but it's like all over the library news magazines, and Reddit and Facebook. And so, yeah, so we're all trying to figure out where we're going to go next. But so far, Barnes & Noble is working out great. I put in an order a couple days ago and it arrived today, so it didn't take them very long to fulfill it. So yeah, so that's working great. And the rep that we have with them, every time I send him an email, he calls me back like 10 minutes later. So he's been really good. And finally, I went on a tour of the Boston Athenaeum on September 24th. It's beautiful. It's a very pretty library. If you've never been, let me know. I can get you in for free. Just I have to have a few days.
Everything, right? Not just trustees. Like that's a thing that.
So they were very like, I kept asking that. I don't think they're too keen on us doing that.
Okay.
Like we're the only library, the only town that really has this. This is kind of a rare thing.
Okay.
And so I don't think they really know how to handle it. So basically he did say that if I ever want to get anyone in, I just need to contact him, and then he will send us like free whatever cards or put their name on the list. And then people can go. People can also get discounts. They have a lot of programs there. So
That's to get to, but with what we have, it's to get to the upper floor that's not accessible to the public, right? Isn't there a section that's accessible?
yeah, when I went, he pretty much took me everywhere.
Yeah.
Like I went from there are 12 floors. I went from the sub basement, the sub basement. He took me down there all the way up to the 12th floor. So yeah, but yeah, I think patrons would be allowed to go pretty much anywhere. And then for the community read, I've chosen Grading Sweetgrass because it's it kind of matches with what our summer reading program is going to be. It's going to be on gardening. He just passed it around. So and then there are also a teen version of the book, and there's a children's version of the book that works. So I think it's going to be pretty good. And then we could do a lot of gardening programs. So summer reading this year is going to have to do with gardening. So I thought it could fit into that as well. And we could do book circles, book clubs, maybe getting some indigenous people in to talk, ecology programs. So that was a good choice.
I've taught this book.
Yeah.
Where is this starting to?
So on my performance review goals, I put March, but I'm thinking maybe a little later so that it goes in with summer reading. So maybe May or June. We could still do it in March, but I think it makes more sense to do it then. So I had set aside some funds from state aid, so I don't think I'll need any funding for it. I might ask the friends for the programming money though, but that'd be about it.
Okay. Has a few questions.
Yeah.
One, speaking of programs, I think this has come up before, but when there's programs that are really popular, especially the crafting ones, I don't think we should have it in the newsletter that it's already sold out, right? Like the Littleton newsletter. You can't say registration closed.
I disagree because then we get patrons who are like, well, why can't they see it somewhere else. And so if they don't know that it's closed, then they get upset and we get angry from
Wow, I got feel the complete opposite, which is I didn't even know this was open and now it's closed, right?
we get the opposite. We get, that's why.
Okay, because there was also something that was on the TV about one of those that also had already been sold out, and it was advertising on the screen up here. And maybe you feel like that's a good idea too. I don't feel like it's a good idea, but the other thing is because I go to these craft ones in a bunch of different libraries, and it's extremely hard to get into them. And I know that I talked to some of the people who do the crafts at them, and there's this whole group of people that just come from everywhere. They're like online all day looking for library ones. And it means that like Littleton people can't get to these. And I do want to just like recommend officially, to do like what Groton does, which is that only Groton residents are eligible for these until like a week before or 2 weeks before, and then if it's availability. And if you want to talk to Groton to find out how that's working out for them, or if there's something wrong with that, but I'm looking at like local community read, and it's a Littleton community read. And if there's a craft project, they'll get in. That doesn't seem right. So that's something that I know Sarah, you and I talked about that a little bit too. So.
It came up last month when we were talking about the policy, and Sam said the software that they use, they can't limit it, right? You said that there's no way to limit it to Littleton resident. You did talk about that in terms of the policy.
I think how Grok does it is everybody goes on a wait list. And then you're not accepted until somebody reviews it for those specific ones that get really tight.
I would have to look into it.
Okay. Yeah.
That would be it. And also I think Massachusetts generally wants us to give access to all patrons.
Yeah.
So that's the other.
There was 5 people go to all the libraries, get all programs. Yeah.
I'll look into it.
Okay.
I did mention I understand the complications with it, but the younger end, there were a lot of parents and toddlers that were saying they were shut out. And it doesn't seem like it's a lot of Littleton people. It seems like it's other people, but it's just the timing of it is that I passed that along to someone that said it to me. So that I know there are challenges.
I think it's great that talking to Michelle. That's awesome. I can't wait to see the report, or if you want to share it with us, that's really cool. But yeah, the charter committee meeting. So that's where Katrina is today. We made our presentation on the 29th. To the committee. Well, as we have more information, share that soon. Anyone else? Anyone have any other questions for Sam? I love that we've gotten over 1,000 more people this year and this month than last year. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Old business. 5-year strategic plan updates.
Yeah. So sent you guys a link to Google Doc. Contacted the references for both Barbara Friedman and MBNA. Of course, they had nothing but great things to say because they were references. Everybody I talked to said they're both great. I got copies of the strategic plan that they each did. So I don't know. One's much cheaper than the other. If we did decide to go with MBNA, then we would have to put it out for bid because it's over the $10,000 procurement limit. So that's one thing to consider. So I don't know, what do you guys feel about one over the other? What do you guys feel about it?
I definitely want to open this up to other people because this agenda item is something specifically I did not really want to have much to do with because it's not my thing.
Okay.
Strategic plan. So please chat.
You had a better vibe from my cost aside, because to me, if it's just cost, then I feel like it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
If they're pretty comparable, but then I think
So a few of the people I talked to for MBNA, they're the one that like is 25,000. They said, yeah, they're expensive, but they do a great job. Like they're very attentive. They're, but people said the same thing about Barbara. So I don't know. Barbara is local. She's in Massachusetts, so that's good. MBNA, I think the daughter. So I don't know if you were in church. So they're a mother-daughter group. The mother used to be a librarian. She lives in New York City, and then the daughter lives in Connecticut. The daughter does consulting for a living. That's her job for businesses, companies. And the mother's a director, has been the director of a few libraries. She's worked on construction projects. So they kind of joined forces to do this strategic planning part. So yeah. So I think either one would do fine. Yeah, I mean, if it's coming down to cost, then Barbara is obviously the choice, but
Sorry, again, I don't care about who it is, I don't really, right, that's, I do care, but that's not what I mean. We have the funds, so I don't know that the cost should, I don't know the cost should be thing, except for that if we have to go out for bid and someone else comes in lower, do we have to take them? Right, which is how our town, yeah.
Well, as I raised last month, I like that Barbara is in Massachusetts, so and she's done it with other libraries in the area, so she is more, probably, I don't know, maybe not, but like, I feel like she's more familiar with like what the Massachusetts needs are.
How many has she done? Strategic plans.
Barbara?
Yeah.
I don't know how many exactly, but she's done everything I heard was she pretty much works on strategic plans and building projects.
Because neither of her references talked about a strategic plan. That was the only thing. I wish we had a reference from someone who worked with her on a strategic plan.
Oh.
As opposed to a building construction.
Right.
And at the end of last month's meeting, did you put in my contract? Right?
I'm
I
sorry.
might have misunderstood at the end of last month's meeting, wasn't there a thought like we can punt this and not do anything, except kind of learn from, like, why can't we do it ourselves, right?
Yeah, that's totally possible too. We could just do it ourselves. Right. I could do it.
I'm not, it's not, it's more work for you, especially if we have funds, but that's what the general sentiment too was, is it necessary or useful?
It's not required, right? Isn't that what we found
By
out?
the state.
It's not required. It's still helpful to do for us.
Yeah, I think I remember Katrina sort of articulating the ways in which this would fit into trustees thinking about the next period of time and how is the library meeting community needs and being able to assess that will be useful sort of aside.
Yeah.
Material questions. And my own sense, coming from another library, and going through some of the processes is the important thing would be that the person we work with is able to respond to our particular needs.
Mhm.
And so I'm more inclined to lean towards the more local, less expensive, less, I've got a thing that I'm doing. May have its own momentum and be more than we need for our particular situation. But it would be important to kind of confirm that the Barbara person is also flexible.
Mhm.
So we can kind of direct what we are thinking as trustees, purpose of the strategic plan falls.
Her, what's that called? The proposal does include what I don't want you to have to do, which is get all the focus groups together and talk to these people and these people and these people, right? Writing it is a different story, but kind of coordinating all of those ways to reach out to the public. That's a lot.
You know, it's like, don't take my focus groups away.
She wants the focus groups. Okay.
I think that would be useful for us.
Yes. So do we? Because Katrina's not here and she's usually a very important part of this too. Did she feel comfortable with either person? Do you recall?
Don't worry, to be honest.
I don't think that she had a preference aside from if they're pretty equal.
Yeah.
Why not the local less, why not also do even related to the regular?
Okay. So I guess I am also then on board with Barbara Friedman.
Okay.
I feel like this is something we should vote on. Do we want to do this or do we want to wait till we're all here?
Do we invite her to give us a proposal?
Didn't she?
Well,
So like in person.
for ours,
Person.
Yeah.
Sam got the vibe and.
yeah, we're not in a hurry, right?
Right now, I
So
don't know.
what can we?
I could ask her. I could ask her to come to the next meeting.
Yeah, sure.
Probably not to the years. So this is not.
Deciding not to decide anything.
I know. I was like, let's do it. Okay, yes, please ask her.
I know nothing about Littleton, so.
I know nothing about.
It's all abstract, right?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that'd be great. If she can come to one of our next meetings.
I can reach out and ask her.
Okay. All right. Do we have any other old comments? Okay. New business early closings.
Yeah, so requesting that in the past, we've always closed at 4 p.m. the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So asking that we do that. And then last year, we also closed at 2 p.m. on Christmas Eve. And then I don't know what the town is planning to do about the day after Thanksgiving or the day after Christmas, but vote to follow whatever they decide, like we have in the past.
Yeah.
Yep.
With the. Yes. Okay. So let's have a vote on all of those at once. Someone make a motion, please.
I move to accept early closings for Wednesday, November 26th, 2025 at 4 p.m., Wednesday, December 24th, 2025 at 2 p.m., and follow the town holiday schedule the day after Thanksgiving and the day after Christmas.
I second that.
I just want to, not necessarily for the day after Christmas, right? For the Christmas holiday. Is it,
Sorry.
is it always the day after, or is it sometimes Christmas Eve?
Well, we're closing 2 p.m. on Christmas Eve.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's been different every year.
Okay, so following, let's just say the Christmas holiday.
Okay, Christmas holiday.
Do that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Chris, you good? Okay, policy committee.
Okay, so we are going to, hopefully everyone's, I shared the links last month, so hopefully everyone can still access them. We made some changes to the public comments. And the changes were,
The changes were to align with, I think last month, everybody was fine with the content of it, but we, for the language about the ages of supervision. On this one, some of the language about what the speakers needed to do, address the library trustees, share their names, how long, we just want to make sure it's consistent with the select board. Is there something else?
sorry,
No?
sorry, public comments, right?
Public comments.
I see them.
I think we just made sure the language is consistent with select board language. And then also added if the speaker is attending virtually, what's required of that. And we removed, we had a disclaimer in there, but changed it from a disclaimer to actual content. Sort of streamline the bulleted section that you see, it had said like, before speakers may only speak if they're recognized by the chair, but it hadn't said once recognized, the speaker addressing the library trustees is required by main street address. So as you look through it, it looks consistent and correct to you. I think before we had questions, oh, like, should we keep it to 2 and 10?
Mhm.
I'm excited to follow.
Yes. So the language is consistent with Board of Selectmen, Board of Health, other town boards, what they have on their websites about public comments.
Yeah.
So.
Did you see that there's a duplicate? Maybe it's fine just to ensure it, but you mentioned no more than 10, the 2 minutes and no more than 10, the bullets, and then it's also below in the paragraph that starts with attendees of all public meetings should be aware.
And I said it came up in a different policy where it's repeated several times. I think it's okay because not everyone's gonna read the whole
Yeah.
thing, and if you just read one section, then you know. I personally think the more you have it, the better, because people don't always read everything, and then you can just say it's in there, so.
When it says they should not expect an immediate response, this is a general question, David, maybe you know, because prior experience, but I feel like we weren't supposed to respond to anybody, because if you respond to one person, you need to respond to everybody. So I'm wondering if that can be, if that is accurate, also, we can't respond.
We had the same conversation.
Okay.
And remembered like somebody coming in and we had to like, okay, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
And the language may decide to address the matter of and or with a vote by adding the matter to a future agenda.
Yeah, okay, and just like, that's completely accurate, and also we have to remember. I have to remember not to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
It is, right? We're just, yeah. Okay.
She's trying to clean it up, see if I okay, I'm good.
I am good with this. Does anyone else have any questions about this? Yeah, do you want to accept the changes and then we should this? Accept this, let's take a motion.
Move to accept that and tell them the new public comment policy. That's good.
1 second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Great. We add the date there, yep, terrific. Is there any public comments?
We just did that.
Yeah. Public programs.
Thank you. The only change here was about, we changed the language for ages, because under 12 needs to be accompanied at all times, 12 and older can be alone. So we made sure that the language was consistent throughout to reflect that. And then there was a question about, the wait list, and as I said, Sam said that right now there's no way to do that, so.
We don't have an adult services library.
Right?
We don't have an adult services librarian on staff.
Just take that out there.
I mean, I'd like one. I'm gonna get us one. That's fine.
Is there anyone else with a different title that
Uh,
handles program management?
Children's librarian.
That's youth services or no? That's different.
No. So there's a children's librarian and it's a teen librarian.
Okay. Children's librarian or children like children?
Children's.
Just had to
With
say
an
that.
apostrophe.
With apostrophe before it, after after.
So that's
That makes sense. Yeah, otherwise it's
Children,
children's
the plural
librarian,
noun.
plural, yeah. Yes.
It's not until you put it all down there.
Yeah, yeah, like, wait a second, yeah.
Exception.
Alright, so I think Katrina's note was from before our change, we just left it there. Where it says this does not align with children in the library, it does now.
Okay, this is nitpicky because we have seen, okay. All children 11 and under must be attended and adequately supervised. Okay, yeah, adequately supervised takes care of it. I have seen 5-year-olds
Remains
upstairs.
nearby and
It's
is
not-
able and willing.
Cause I'm like able and willing is different from doing it, right? That's what I was thinking. So, yeah. So that was the only thing I was thinking, because there was the kid that was pulling all of the seed stuff out of the thing, and like, no one was doing it. No parent. So if we think that's strong enough, it should be for most people.
Yes, well, cause it's,
And it says adequately supervised by,
Yeah.
yeah. All children 11 and under must be attended. Attended
Attended by,
adequately
attended
supervised by a reasonable caregiver who is at least 12 years old, who remains nearby and is able and willing.
yeah, who's at least 12 years old, remains nearby and is able and willing, or Uber, whatever you prefer.
Okay, because the who is going to the, okay. You might not need two who's, there's too many words there right now.
Yeah, let me think.
I think you're okay to take out the who now and do the comma. Now. Should we worry that 12 isn't teens, for teens only?
Right,
Can we just take out for teens only?
the children 12 or older.
Yeah.
Right, so we left that nominated but suggested we form the waitlist based on residents, but the software is not currently compatible. And then if it becomes, we can always. It wouldn't probably need to be in, oh yeah, I guess it would be a policy, not a procedure, we need that change. That residents get preferential. And then, Sam, at the end, the submission of a request for reconsideration form. Sarah had given a couple to choose from, or if there's something that you wanted there, I think that's just your discretion.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to take a look.
Okay. But that's not a rush aside, like, can we approve it and drop the link in, bless you, to the request later, or we should table it until we.
The idea that you're gonna develop a limited form,
Yes,
so. Could say. Limited form, link to people value. For the sake of the policy. You could just put form for reconsideration. And then put in square brackets, link to be provided.
Okay, thank you.
So,
Not there, yeah.
And then take out the highlighting.
just make sure there's no, and then take out the link. Because you had,
Oh,
I think you linked it, didn't you?
no, it was a
Okay.
different doc.
Okay.
We put it in the comments, we dropped the links in the comments.
Okay. Aside from the link, because we can't approve it without that, and then we can drop it in, we have to reapprove it at that point. Does anyone have anything else to? Do you see the different colors? Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, a motion to accept this?
I move to accept the public program policy as written.
I say,
All in favor?
Aye.
alright,
Okay, and then we looked at the library thing. And the library things that only change about, not really, we changed they,
Since we were there.
the hotspot is now 18 plus, and not 12 plus.
No, we didn't change that.
We didn't change that.
No, we decided not to because we said it happens so rarely. We didn't add it. It was a conversation about maybe changing it to 18 and we left it at 12 because don't you only have like 2 instances of it even happening with the fees?
Yeah, but I wanted it to be 18 plus because I want to create a form that patrons will now have to sign whenever they check out. And so to make it more legally binding, they should really be 18.
So we had it in there. It says, except for the hotspot, and then we're do we not mention this here, and we don't mention it. So let's say bars and things must be 12 plus years old, aside from, except with the hotspot.
Which is 18 plus.
Why don't you just say parenthesis after 12 years old, parenthesis 18 plus for the hotspot.
Is it say this hotspot one word or 2 words?
It's one word.
That down here.
And then Sam, we added language about it being used. For right now, we said continental US, we wanted your thoughts on how to say that, because like, can they take it to Puerto Rico? It's a territory, like, we don't know what the boundaries are, so,
It can only be in the continental United States.
okay.
We added
Well, that's what we
hotspot.
have.
But you're right, I used 2 words there. That's. But anyway, we added that language and said any fees incurred are the responsibility of the patron, and then we can drop a link in to the form.
Sure.
Hotspot is acceptable with a space and without a space, so we'll just be.
But we should have a sentence about the form, not just about the international fees.
Patron is responsible and safe.
Do you want to say link to form will be provided, like we did for the other, so, since we don't have a form yet?
It will be a form that you want them to sign in person, so it's not just a link, but also like,
Yeah, it's going to be an actual form
An actual
that we're
form,
going
yeah.
to keep at the circ desk.
so form is available at our desk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Word by aesthetic.
Yes.
Circulation.
Circulation.
My directions. And the building to the library.
Okay, sorry. It's still not just about the fees, right? So it should be its own, a form to check out the hotspot will be provided at the circulation desk.
And then totally separate from this, I feel like once you start, we should get an interest, but it's not great. Didn't you say we have to like work with the town?
Yeah, so the thing is, I even talked to the person that checked it out and incurred the fee, and she claims that she never even went to anywhere.
Because she was so close.
Yeah, she went to Rochester, New York. So she said
So
that.
the form should say like, be mindful of where
Yeah.
you are because you may.
Yeah, so I did ask the IT director to challenge the fee because she's the IT is the people that pay it. They just pass it on to us, and she said she would, but she never got back to me on whether or not anything came with it.
Okay. The rest of this I like.
Motion to.
Wait, they're not all
And
on.
motion.
Can you accept the rest? You already
I
just
did.
not put it up on mine.
Okay, wait. Maybe. Oh.
I'm supposed to be on the show. It's on the phone.
And do it. Okay, that ready. Okay. Okay. Now, motion.
I move to accept the Library of Things policy as written.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, policy committee.
Thank you.
On the agenda, charter committee discussion.
We discussed the charter committee.
Yeah.
I think I put it on there because Katrina wanted me to put it, but she's not here.
Yeah, okay.
So
Katrina pulled together, a bunch of us, took a look at editing and updating a packet for the charter committee with a kind of TLDR at the beginning. Basically, promoting that we stay an elected board and that we have the hiring authority. Yes, thank you for the director. So they are, as they said, they only make recommendations. It might take a little while, then they refer their recommendations to the select board who goes. I think we've got a way to go with this, but I really appreciate it when he came as someone who edited and when he did everything. So, and thank you to Katrina for being there right now.
And then there's next week, she said there's
14th, was that?
there's another meeting where they're going to present everything they have so far.
Okay.
And I think that's next week, right? 14th is next week.
I think it was the 14th.
That sounds right.
Okay. It's a flyer. The 14th, yes. I will not get this there. Okay, and the budget.
So the budget, we had a meeting, I think it was last week, all department heads, with the finance director and the town administrator. Basically, we're informed that because of the sewer project, the upcoming school project, all the bills, the town is going to be facing a deficit. So they required all of us to present a level funded budget with the only thing we can do is regular step increases for staff. And basically that's it. We're not allowed to add any new positions. Like I wanted to add an adult services librarian, but doesn't look like that's going to happen. Yeah, that just like got me. So I did present a level funded budget, which is fine actually. But the only issue is that MVLC has increased their fees. They're increasing fees for all 36 libraries. Basically because of the cuts to federal funding, because of we haven't increased fees for years. Pretty much as long as I've been here, haven't really, maybe a little bit. So they were like, we have to. So so the MVL membership, all the directors, we all voted to increase. So it's $5,000 and change over what we paid last year. And then about, what is it? And then $2,000 for e-content. E-content is things like Libby and Overdrive, all that good stuff. So the difference comes out to about $7,000. So that's what I'm going to be asking for when I present it to the TA in a few weeks and the finance director, and then eventually to the select board and the finance committee. I don't think they're going to give me a big to do about it, but you never know. The TA did say, if you give us something that isn't level funded, we're going to turn it back to you, but I do get to talk to them before that, so we'll see. And if worse comes to worse, we have other sources that we can always take the difference from. It's not ideal. I don't really want to set that precedent. But it is we're good either way. It's just, yeah. So other than that, the budget's looking good. I just wanted to share it with you before I bring it's due to the finance director on October 31st. So I've pretty much done everything that I have to do. I just have to send it to her.
You did a really nice narrative, really nice.
And
I think you did a good job of, people don't know that this is where it comes from, but the books they get, the Libby, that all that is from MPLC.
Yeah.
And so I think that is a really strong case.
Yeah. Okay.
So did they distinguish between the term level funded and level services?
No, they just kind of said level funded.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
So if you characterize this fee increase as the way that you can preserve services.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be an
Yeah.
important distinction.
definitely.
You're not asking for more.
Right, and this,
You're just asking not to reduce things.
Right.
Otherwise, we.
right. And the e-content counts towards the mark, so it still matches our requirement to meet the mark, so it's.
Thank you.
Okay.
Lots. Other business, I just had one thing, which is to, if anyone can make it to November 1st, the MLTA, conference, Justin Mass Library Trustees Association. They are a nonprofit that has a good, like a $300 budget, that's it, and somehow they managed to turn on this really helpful educational, in Shrewsbury. It's a great opportunity to learn from they always have a speaker. It's a great opportunity to learn from other trustees in addition to the speaker. The theme, the subject matter this time is about how to connect with your local legislators. I've been the past few years and have really loved the topic. This isn't up my alley, but I would really encourage some, especially since I have gone, other people should go. So I think have you all gotten the email from Alyssa? Yeah, okay, great. So that's all.
Saturday?
It's a Saturday, yeah. Are you planning on going here?
So we had something on the calendar, we were gonna go together too.
I think I wrote you back. I was like, that sounds fun. And then I said, so I'll have learning about how to do advocacy at the legislator level. That stuff doesn't sound fun. So I'm still, if there's no one else who wants to go, I will go along with Sarah. But if you want to carpool with somebody else, if someone else wants to go, okay, yeah. They feed you too. I don't know how they do this on their budget. It's great. It's really nice to talk to other librarians and hear their voice. Last year, I asked everybody about the whole charter commission thing. That's where all my notes are from, because so many towns have been through that, right? So any topic you're like, oh, I wonder what other towns are doing, there should be someone that asks. Okay, that was my other business. Does anyone have any other business? Do any trustees have anything they'd like to share?
Well, despite having over 450 hours of summer reading, I did not win a prize. But I also did not put in 450 hours of tickets. Once you get to a certain level, you get one ticket per hour, and I said that was excessive, so I did 10 hours of tickets. But I still didn't. But I had over 450 hours of summer reading. So
Yeah, it's amazing.
A certificate. Most.
And I really appreciate Hoopla and Libby because most of those hours were audiobooks, which I really enjoy. So I appreciate the Hoopla and the Libby.
Yes. That's a lot. Like half my book club listens to books instead of yeah. And some of them is just, it really is. It's not even just that that's a way that people like to do it. For some people, that's like the only way to process books. So yeah.
I hadn't used Living before, and then when we were traveling, I definitely for like print reading, but it was so great to just have the books with me. So I'm late to discover it.
I ran in the Littleton 5K.
Yes.
Might be the only good question.
Good for you.
32 minutes. It's slow.
But not last really.
Good enough.
Yeah. Not last.
No.
No. It's right back. Denise.
And I think Katrina's daughter sang you.
Oh, she did? That's
I saw a
awesome.
picture.
I was wondering who would do it after.
Oh yeah,
What's her name? Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Is our next meeting November 13th?
I think so.
Says that. It's true.
I have
Yes.
at 7:15.
I just didn't have it in my calendar.
So given that, our next meeting is November 13th at 7 p.m., not 6:30 when I showed up today, because I forgot. Would someone like to make a motion to close the meeting?
I moved to adjourn the meeting.
A second now.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, great.